whenever I'm in the United States and whenever I'm here, I feel compressed because I have to abide by all of these rules, so I feel constricted.
The thing is that if she feels that something is not working in her favor, she's very blunt. Like, she can be direct, yeah.
I had no intention of moving in with you guys at any point last year.
But I told you, when we were engaged, we will be moving our family. That's how custom shows.
What's going on, people? We are back again with some more Moving Mad. And it's crazy, you know, because at the end of the day, when it comes to TJ and, what's her name? Kimberly, that's the one. How can you introduce your husband-to-be to your family? And the first thing that you want to do is pretty much interrogate him. The first thing that you want to do is have an argument with him in front of your family. It's crazy because, is this a surprise? Hell no. We witnessed Kimberly have an argument with TJ on her very first night in his family home. Her behavior is unacceptable. It doesn't matter whether or not she's got good points, bad points, whatever. The matter of the fact that she's more than happy to have arguments, open arguments around other family members is not a good look. She was worried about how she was going to look around his family if they ever argued in front of them. And now she's basically not worrying about how he's going to look if she's having arguments with him in front of her family. Like, make that make sense. And this is one of the biggest issues with Kimberly. You know, she talks about all these boundaries and all these things, but yet she's the one that's breaking them on a consistent basis. As far as I'm concerned, when I look at the situation, you knew that you had to move in with his family. You knew that this was going to be the thing. You was told about this multiple times. You even spoke about it before even flying back to India. And now you're talking about how you never had any intentions. And now you're talking about all these things. You cannot say one thing and then behave another way. You cannot say one thing and then be upset with somebody else for what you have said. The whole thing is unnecessary.
I feel very embarrassed the way she's treating me before her parents. They want to see Kimberly and me happy. But if you're fighting this before the marriage, that's a warning sign for everybody.
Can somebody please tell me where is the lie? Where is the lie in everything that he just said there? Exactly. There isn't one. You know, and this goes back to what I was saying before. How can you allow yourself to have an argument with your husband-to-be, one, in front of his family, and then two, in front of your family? Nobody's going to be optimistic about your future ahead. Everybody is going to have massive concerns. But Kimberly will continue being Kimberly. Maybe that's a trend on this show. Bringing in women called Kimberly from America who act as if like, well, I don't have to say it, but I'm pretty sure you know what I mean.
And he sent this long message saying how he can't do this anymore and he needs to cut off his existence in my life.
What do you expect? What do you expect? There is no way she can act surprised by the fact that he's come to a point in his life where he's like, you know what? I may love her, but this just isn't worth it. And to be honest with you, the reasons that he give, I 100% support them.
I thought I was coming over to India to marry the love of my life, but now I don't know if I'm supposed to be getting on a plane tomorrow instead. And I know I can be a bitch, and I know I can be a handful.
It's funny, isn't it? There are people in this world who know that they are hard work. They know that they are very challenging. They know that they can be one hell of a headache to anyone. But it's interesting when people know this, but yet they still behave in this way. It's as if they have this mentality of, yes, I know that I'm a BTICH, but I need to find someone who's going to put up with it. There is no such thing. Why should anyone have to put up with being abused? Why should anyone have to put up with someone that is going to treat them in an unkind way? If I'm going to be with you and I'm going to treat you in the best way, you can do the same goddamn thing back. I'm not going to look for someone who's going to treat me the complete opposite. And even if I was a toxic person that was a BTSH or as well or whatever, imagine then I find someone who's like me. Would that relationship work? Absolutely not. It'd be fireworks everywhere, explosions everywhere. Literally, every day will be Judgment Day. So, really and truly, I really dislike it when people like Kimberly have this type of attitude where they believe just because they acknowledge who they are, people should accept them the way they are. No. If you're not living a life to try and improve your faults, then I'm worried for you. Because that means your life is probably going to lead to a lot of misery down the line and a lot of disappointment and a lot of people walking away from you. And all you're going to do is sit there and say, well, I know I'm this, but why can't someone just accept me? Make that make sense. Now, do we blame TJ for being like, you know what? Enough is enough. You've sent me all these texts. I've told you that I'm tired. And so you know what? It is what it is. I'm just going to walk away now. It is the best thing to do for me and is the best thing to do for us because our relationship isn't progressing anywhere. Can we blame him? Can't we blame TJ? Let me know. Come on now.
Understand how things got to the way that they are right now.
Continuously texting me about her disappointment with the whole conversation and just keep telling me that I was bad. And this was a last limit for me.
Everyone has their limit. Everyone has it. And this was it. I mean, listen, you have made him feel as if everything that has gone wrong has been his fault. That's how he's feeling. And even when he was trying to explain himself at the table with the parents, you wasn't allowing him to speak. You was cutting him off at every second. And even when he says, hey, you know what, I'm tired, let's just talk about this in the morning, you wouldn't allow it. You kept nagging and nagging and nagging and nagging and nagging. And this is what happens when you consistently keep nagging someone who's had enough. Someone who's at that stage where they're like, you know what, I'm about to call it quits. And you don't give them a chance to catch a breath of fresh air. And this is what happens. So really and truly, Kimberly can sit there feeling sorry for herself. She can sit there saying, but you're the love of my life. But the way you have behaved does not behave as if he's the love of your life. You have behaved like a spoiled brat. You have behaved like somebody that doesn't understand boundaries. It is ridiculous. For someone that came from a very large family with a lot of madness happening, you would think she'd have a better understanding of how to communicate sometimes or how to be a bit patient or whatever. But instead, she's the complete opposite. I honestly do feel sorry for TJ in this situation, really, really do. And I really do understand his choice to want to walk away and to not want to go further with this marriage. Now, TJ hasn't necessarily been a saint in his own right, but he's definitely trying to do the best thing moving forward, because there's no point of him being in a relationship with somebody that keeps pretty much painting everything to be his fault. When in reality, sometimes in life, people just have to look at themselves as well.
When I look back, the whole problem in your life in the last 7 days, it's because of me. Because I'm there, that's why you have an issue with the Yash. Because that's why you have to live with my mom and dad. You have two minds at the same time. You wanna...
Whew, boy. Man, she has destroyed him. She has made him feel just worthless. Like, goddamn. Whew. Imagine that. Because of me this, me that. And the crazy part about it is that he's at a point where he's like, there's no point in me being with somebody who only looks at me as the issue and never wants to look at themselves as the issue as well. How can you have a conversation with somebody that only wants to put the blame on others, but never wants to have a conversation about their role in the situation as well? Somebody only wants it their way and only their way.
This is it.
Yeah, I'm very sad about this.
Well, this week they are broken up. The question is, next week, will it still be the same? Because of course, Kimberly's going to try and fight her corner. You know what I mean? Wrongly slow, should I say? I'm never going to say rightly slow. I'm going to say wrongly slow. I feel like it's best for her to just walk away now and find someone that is going to allow her to have the freedom that she desires. Because she's never going to have that in this relationship, no matter what. Unless, of course, TJ was to walk away from his family, which is something that he will not do. Absolutely not. And to be honest, he shouldn't. Not for Kimberly, at least, anyway. I don't know how you're ever going to live a happy life with somebody like her. Literally, personalities all over the joint. 1 minute is this, 1 minute is that. And the matter of fact is, let's be real, Kimberly only cares about one thing, and that is Kimberly. There's no way you can tell me that there's parts in the season that have shown me that she actually cares about anything that involves her man, or should I say her ex-man, TJ. Well, you guys let me know what you're thinking down below, and we'll most certainly talk about it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.